What's going on? What's happening, YouTube?
The mechanics.
Okay, so today's project is not a welder. Today's project is not a welder. Today's project is a right-hand drive EG. I am doing the core support on this bad boy, swapping it out with the one that's over there, sitting on a pile of stuff. I'm replacing this core support, which is toe up to the flow up, and I'm putting that one on right there. I went and bought a Harbor Freight welder for future purposes, especially with the 240, so I figured I'm gonna be using it a lot, might as well grab my own. Still shout out to Fishing Montana for letting me use the other one, but I think it's about time I got my own. It's a basic, it'll get the job done, I hope. My welds look a little bit better than a basic person's welder. I know I'm not laying no dimes or anything, but I hope they look decent. So I'm gonna get cracking on this job. So essentially what I have to do is separate these welds because this has been already replaced on this car. There's a whole bunch of welds right here that need to be broken and separated. I'm probably gonna have to hit this back so it's straight. Take these bolts out. Getting this off should be fairly easy. This is all mangled up, so I gotta try to get this out of here as well. The kid didn't bring over a hood or front bumper, so I don't know how much matching I'm gonna be able to do without that. Need anything else? The bumper should line up anyways because it gets bolted to the fenders and a little bit up front. So I'm gonna get cracking. I'm gonna move these cars and pull this one out and get started. So being that this, is all shaved or what have you, it's hard to really tell, but it seems like somebody either cut right here and used all of this and replaced that piece, came over here and replaced this piece. So what I have to do now is grind this down and pick this off, unbolt these, break all the welds that I find, and peel this bad boy off. So what it's looking like here is there's a technique where you could put a self-tapping screw in here like such and weld over it, and it kind of looks like that's what they did on this core support to get it back in. Self-tapping screws, weld over the self-tapping screws. So I got to do a little bit more to get this off, unfortunately, but no sweat. Okay, so what I did was I ended up separating the pinch welds from here, separated the pinch weld from here, separated a pinch weld from here, as well as right here. Okay, oh, right here too. Yeah, these were, if I do believe, factory welds. They didn't, pinch welds, factory pinch welds. They didn't have the screws in. And for here, I just got buck wild straight Hulk with it. These are screws that are in here. So what I did was I beat it out the frame. I beat the screw out of the frame. Just a hammer, ripped it all the way through. And now I have this ready to peel back. And all I'm gonna do is grind this down and use this as a flat surface to grind on top of. So as we pan to this side, if you could see these welds and compare these welds to the welds that were on the other side, these actually have weld on top of them. So this side has been welded, as you can see. So I'm gonna have to knock all of this down as well as knock these off. So I'm gonna get cracking on this right now. So the hard part is out the way. This is what's left. I literally beat it off the frame. This metal right here is super weak compared to this. So this took a little damage, but nothing serious. I need to grind all of this down and make this all flat. And the front core support, the new one, actually bolts up right here and right here. So other than that, I don't think there'd be any serious alignment issues. As you can see right here and right here. This side was a little bit more taken care of, so all I have to do is grind these down, hit this back, try to make this as straight as possible, and weld them up. So now what I'm about to do is clean up all these welds, get this prepped to weld it, grind this down, get this all clean, and get this prepped to weld. Same with this. Boom, boom, boom. Grind these down, sand this down, push this up a little bit more, and it's ready to weld. So this right here is basically the kind of surface I'm looking for. Something flat, something that'll suck right into the new core support without doing much. And I'm gonna do that to this side and to that side. So remember what I was saying in the ITR front end swap? Most of the time, as long as these bolts line up, the front end should line up as well, correct? Well, this car has been cut right here. And if you remember, these were the OEM pinch welds. These were not the OEM pinch welds. Replace the front and this one doesn't line up with the fender on top, but this one does. So, not trying to have this guy looking raggedy out here. I do want him to have all these bolts. Mind you, he only came in with this bolt on this side and this bolt on this side. But being the guy that I am, I do want him to have all of his bolts. So far what I've done was I put these bolts in. These bolts are for the bumper support, and he doesn't have it. It usually slips over this big bar that goes across. I put these in and it kind of sucked the whole radiator support to the rails and squished it in. This side is still not lined up as perfect as it needs to be, as you can see. So I'm still working on that. This side did bolt up right perfectly with the fender. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is try to wiggle this until I can see that bolt hole and get cracking on some welding. Okay, so did a couple of welds in there on the rail. Not the best, but it gets it done, as you could see. Focus. Okay, new Harbor Freight welder, not bad. Starting to get the hang of it right here. Did a couple of tacks right here. Burned through it right here, but still made the connection as I needed. This is why you don't paint parts before you put them on, because welding like this will make score marks like that on this side. So So, as you can see, basically what I did, I ran a bead, tack welded it first, ran beads. I did C-clamp it, and I got the hole perfectly lined up. So, this headlight is in, that is bolted up. Now, I don't have the hood, and I don't have the front bumper, so I can't align nothing. So I also can't promise anything, but bolts are lining up, so we should be in good shape. So I just finished up this side. There's welds right there where the score marks are. Welds right there. You know, there's welds under here, and it just so happens that I was able to very slightly get this bolt hole lined up. So, mind you that this fender is all mangled. To be honest with you, I don't even know if I'm supposed to be lining it up to a fender that's broken anyways. I'm gonna go ahead and put the other light in and tell them it's ready. And I'm also gonna find as many bolts as I can and try to put bolts in all these right here. But other than that, that wraps up this front end. Oh, I have to put the hood latch. Other than that, that's pretty much it on this front end. So, quick recap, right-hand drive, EG hatchback gets dropped off. The whole bottom half of the radiator support gone completely. Drops off the new radiator support. Mission is to get that bolted up. Mind you, no bumper, no hood, nothing really much to go off as far as aligning purposes other than bolt holes. The fenders that came on the car weren't the best. Kind of bent up, so I can't really rely on them. They did bolt up. The core support did bolt into the left and right front rails, so that's good. And the hood latch even bolted up in the right spot with no issues, being that it was bent. I managed to bend it back. The whole front end has been rejuvenated as such. Okay. Headlight is in. Headlight is in. He dropped it off with the missing corner light, no front bumper, no bumper support, no hood. This corner light was there. Other than that, this bolt right here was stripped, so I didn't even try to put one there. Put bolts right there, grounded them out. No condenser for the AC, no front bumper reinforcement. The radiator's in there, no bracket, so we got zip ties. Bolt down there, bolt right here, bolts right here. Everything's lining up fabulously. As you can see, the score marks from where the welds are. Other than that, that boy is done. That boy is ready to go. So how I know it's ready to go, I'm actually sitting on it. So it's on, it's ready to go. Other than that, this is wrapping up this video. As you guys know, the 240 is down. Ooh, sad times. The Acura doesn't really need anything done to it right now, other than preventative maintenance to keep it going while the 240 is down, because I don't want to be carless. So with that being said, looking for an engine for the 240 still, KA 24 dual cam, no single cams. I'm going to try to get that as presentable and ready for the swap as possible. I am going to be doing work on it, so stay tuned. Other than that, please like, please thumbs up, please subscribe if you have not already. Click the little button that makes your notifications go off every time I upload a video. And with that being said, peace, I'm gone.
The Mechanics.